So, for the storyline, I think if it's a new Batman series, we should have some, not the original Batman, but you know, it should be kind of like art. Like, how should I put this? His suit should not consist of cheap material. It should be made of something hard, malleable, flexible, and good. I don't think Robin should be integrated because, well, it depends on where you're looking, at what point of the storyline you're looking at this. Like, if it's like, past, the Joker, obviously, Robin's gonna be there, but it depends. When Robin turns into the new Joker, is he gonna kill him? And once he's dead, where are you gonna be on there? Well, I think we should do this. There's a point in Batman's life that has not been, animated yet. Hasn't been animated yet. Like, apart from the Justice League, and apart from his usual, fighting thing, not his old man stage, because that's kind of boring. That's like Batman Beyond stuff, there. So I think we should do like somewhere between his, him going away from most of the things. I think it should be, he tries to train a new Batman because he knows he's getting old, but it's before the Batman Beyond dude, It should be one before that one, and he thinks he's not gonna, at the beginning of the series, he should still be, fighting crime, but as it progresses, he should stop doing less and less and trying to teach the new one, but then the new one becomes evil, kind of like Robin, and he's just like, oh dear God, it's gonna be Robin all over again, but it's not, because he's not become the Joker, he's just gonna become his own villain, because it turns out he's not actually a Batman's friend. He's not, he was actually created. He wasn't created, actually. He was just like, manipulated and, by some sort of like secret government or group that dislikes Batman. Kind of like Joker, or maybe Lex Luthor might play a small role in this. Because, the only person stronger than Superman is Batman. And Lex Luthor knows this. And since he can't kill Batman because, Superman's got his back. So it might have something that bad. But at the end of the series, it should just, end with Batman killing that guy. And it should integrate some of the old Batman, but also try to innovate that into the new Batman. And they should have its own little mini villains, And so pretty much what I'm saying is that it should be, like his suit should not be totally different. It should be similar to the old one, but just, have its own little perks. No, don't give him any superpowers he doesn't need any. Storyline plot to end basically is he's starting to realize he's growing old, Point being, no one survives forever.
So, there's Batman and Catwoman. They work in a strip club. They call it the Cave. And then, so the one day, Batman and Catwoman, they're doing their thing. They're stripping for all them ladies and gentlemen. And Joker, he shows up. And then he's all like, he starts touching Batman. Batman's like, ew, what the fuck? And he like hits him in the face. And then Joker, he rapes Catwoman. And then, after he rapes Catwoman, she gets pregnant. And then it's like 30 years later. And then Catwoman, she's still working the strip club. And then Joker shows up again. And then Catwoman rapes Joker. And then Joker gets pregnant. And then he dies.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
Yes.
Your story.
I'm not serious, dude.
Yours has to be probably the worst.
Yes.
I've heard. And that comes from the second one where that took 3 minutes. Are you kidding me with this? You can't make that into a movie.
I doubt you're gonna make any of them into movies.
Hey, by the way, you're still on mic.
Oh. You could stop it.
I'm gonna stop it. Yeah. How about no? Change the ending for a minute. How about what is a Batman movie, not a Catwoman movie? Tell me about Batman. What is Batman doing all this?
Batman's crying in the corner because he finds out that Catwoman's son, was the Joker's and not his.
Okay, no, I'll just leave it there. Thank you for sharing. I think my idea for a Batman movie would be, I say, reboot the whole series. Make Batman into someone more likable. No. Stretch it out. No, make him likable. Make him a crotchety, fat guy who has nothing to live for, and he's some slacker guy. And then we're gonna reboot all the origins for the characters. Killer Croc. I'm making him an inflatable balloon. The Joker. He's a child performer who loiters too much. Yeah. Mr. Freeze. He's an ice cream truck vendor. He sells ice cream to kids, and people don't like him because he sells them bad ice cream. He's like, but the kids are like, Mr. Freeze, do you have any chocolate today? He's like, no, chill out, kid. I only have Plum Berry Blast. And they're like, oh, we don't want Plum Berry Blast. And they're like, that's the only thing I have. Take it or leave it. And then the kids are like, I don't want that. And then his wife's trying to leave him because he can't do anything, so whatever. And then Catwoman is just a crazy cat lady who gets noise complaints. And then Batman's like, I gotta clean up this town. So he makes a bad Batman costume and tries to take care of the Joker for loitering, Mr. Freeze for being a bad ice cream man, and Catwoman for noise complaints. And that's my Batman movie. And then the ending would be, Batman locks him up, and then the police are like, thanks, Batman. You're a really big help for this problem. In the end.
So do you remember anything that... So, before you watched this, did you remember anything?
I remember eating fries.
So, but, like, what was the thought process in, like, coming up with any of those stories, though? I mean, I know some of these were made up on the fly, but...
They were.
Okay.
I was sitting on these ideas for a while.
I know, they just came to me.
Mine just came.
Shut up.
Kyle.
So... Why? So, just how did you think of yours, Rafa? Because yours seems to be the one with the most complications in it.
And thoughts.
Yeah, you seem to put a lot more thought in yours.
I have seen things. That's all I have to say.
Anyway,
I'm like,
if I could speak for Greg, he probably thought of it on the fly and tried to be funny with it. And
Well, I mean, I'll get to his later, but
I'm really feeling it.
I just want mine to be out there.
I've seen.
yeah,
things.
why? Yeah, what? Yeah, tell us a little bit about yours, because yours was like clearly the one that pushed all the boundaries and like completely disrespected the Batman lore. I mean, all of you did, except Rafa's surprisingly had a lot of
Batman.
like he was genuinely trying to come up with like a new animated series.
I was,
and I just kind of bastardized it. So
thank you.
And
then I came up with a new story.
But like I mean, Kyle's like I said, yours was like the one where there's strippers and there's rape and pregnancy and
transgender.
That's on my mind all the time.
Kyle,
What?
I already told you. Leave that for the bedroom.
And Brendan, I mean, I know you've a lot of those that I saw and that I drew, and you know when I listened to yours, and I knew some of those were references to like, you know, an earlier Batman's like idea that you had.
I remember you telling me about this maybe like 2 months before we started this project, and I was like resting on these ideas, so they just kind of like came out, and you know, even though I have a lot more thought into mine than like I did with any of these guys who had to think of it on the fly, where I just had everything like on my mind ready to be said.
Yeah, but you know,
if it's something I want to ask these two, Kyle, you saw all of these like pictures of your ideas. If you had to choose 5 of them from like the whole project, which ones would you choose? Like the frame and stuff.
Yeah, if you could have one of these, if if you could frame any of those drawings that I made of like the drawings from your guys' stories, like which one would you want to, like which 5 would you want to frame and have in your room or house?
Like next to your bedside table. If you even have a bedside table.
What's a table?
If I had to choose one, if I had to go with the laser shooting Batman from Rafa's story,
But no, I don't know. Sure, why not?
and from Kyle's story, I probably have to choose the Joker baby.
The Joker baby, yeah, that's pretty good.
Or the Batman crying in the corner, because that's how I feel while I was recording your dumb thing.
Yeah. Let's talk about a little bit about that conversation. I mean, it's like you could have just stopped it right there, but you kept it going. You know.
I felt like Kyle's, like I checked the time on the recording thing and it said like 30 seconds or something. And I felt like, you know what, this is too short. I'm gonna extend it. So that's why I started up this whole conversation and rant with
I
Kyle.
only added like one scene from that. It's like
2
Batman's
scenes.
in the corner crying.
And it turns out the baby wasn't his and it was the Joker's.
Well, that kind of goes without saying because you know
What if the
of
Batman?
the rape involved.
What if that was actually the Joker's son? What if it was Superman's son?
And why does Superman's son look like the Joker? First of all, how did that baby be... Where did you get the idea of making that baby really look like the Joker's? You can tell you had the makeup and the
Because
hair.
he said the Joker raped Catwoman. She got pregnant. 30 years later, the babe, like in 30
I like
years
how
later,
you never added any age effects to Catwoman at all.
because it's comics and no women age.
No, but
Yeah,
when we
aging
talked about
effects are-
when we talked about old Batman, you put aging effects on that Batman.
That's because he's old.
Because Rafa specifically described him as being old,
Yeah.
and I knew I can get more comedic mileage from drawing him old.
And fat.
By the way, nice cardigan.
Fat.
What's our reference? We don't ever talk about
What reference?
exactly.
What reference?
So okay, so Kyle's yours is the shortest. Rafa's yours hands down was the longest because of all the kind of mumbling and like stuttering you did.
You're
Yeah.
a bum.
You're a bumbler.
Brandon, yours was like the second shortest, but both yours and Greg's kind of flowed better, except Greg's kind of like went on this
Greg
huge
bumbled
like
up.
tangent of
Colin Mockery.
Yeah.
Wayne Brady. I don't know. I think Wayne Brady is the Penguin. He's onto something. Get
So
on
what
board.
was so?
True.
I mean, what do you guys think about each other's stories? I mean, like looking at I mean, yours aside, whose did you like more? You
I
know?
think I liked yours a lot, Rafa, because you, first of all, what made this funny, you had the legit idea.
What
cry,
idea?
Don't exactly. Don't cry. Don't cry.
For what?
Shh. Shh. You had the legit idea that you're thinking of on the spot, as if like we're having one of those like conversations about something we're planning out. That sometimes we're never actually gonna do. Sometimes, but the fact that you were bumbling, the fact that you're like mumbling and bumbling up your words and stuff, really just made me laugh. Because the fact that your ideas were dumb. For example, the only one joining the Superman is Batman. Where'd you think of that?
It's simple.
What?
Batman has the kryptonite ring, and he could
But
punch.
that doesn't make him stronger. That
No,
makes
no.
him, like-
What he,
Doesn't make him,
I
like,
drew
physically-
I drew him stronger, but what he meant by stronger as in like he could defeat Superman because he
has the Kryptonian ring.
he's more prepared to fight Superman than anyone else.
Hashtag get wrecked.
Kid.
Um,
What about you, Rafa? Which one was your
Yeah,
favorite out of like Greg's, Kyle's, or mine?
I like Kyle's. I just like his thought process, just so flavorly, so rich in nutrients. And well, it's not really nutrients. It's more like
Nutrients.
it's more like it's more like okay. My story. I'm gonna use some sort of like analogy right here.
Okay.
Pretend my story was a kid. I nurtured mine with vitamin facts and all that good stuff that makes a kid grow nice and strong like a Russian.
I think I fed
Nice and
I fed
beefy.
mine with pizza rolls and
and
Hot
you fed
Pockets.
yours with Plumberry Blast.
Exactly, and that's not that bad because it still has vitamin D and vitamin E and
Arnold
vitamin
Schwarzenegger
stuff.
approved of it though.
What?
Arnold Schwarzenegger approves of Plumberry Blast.
Exactly. And then Kyle's, he nurtured his with like cocaine and rape.
Oh, I didn't include drugs. Oh man.
Yeah, actually,
Ashamed of myself.
that seemed like the one thing that was missing out of yours. Like, I'm surprised,
I'm surprised
you didn't make it.
you didn't describe the
Smoke
Joker as
weed
like.
every day.
No, I'm surprised
He
you didn't.
comes in hella high and
No. I'm surprised with how. I'm surprised you didn't describe the Joker as like some
I
big
just
time
had an
drug
idea.
dealer guy.
Like Joker comes in the strip club, he's like hella high. He
Makes-
walks up to Batman.
Snoop Dogg plays Joker.
No, he walks
He's
up to
cross-faded.
Batwoman and Catman. He's like, I just said Batwoman and Catman.
I feel like if someone actually listened to this and made Kyle's into an actual movie, I feel like it would be you'd see like top 10 biggest controversial movies ever.
Or top 10 worst like movies that were bound to be bad, but were the. It's just one of
Or
those.
hits.
One of those movies that are like
Cult
it was
classics.
meant. No, it was
like
meant
so
to be bad.
that everyone saw it.
Yeah, it's just so bad that it's good.
If I had to give your movie a rating, Kyle, it'd probably be NC-17.
Okay.
Maybe is there
Not for most
R18
countries.
plus still, or it would be banned in countries.
All right, last question. Can you like now that you've seen it illustrated? Can you imagine any of your movies, or if out of all four of your guys' ideas, which one would you want to see the movie made into a movie the most, like a live action movie?
Oh dear
Kyle's.
If I wanted to like detail and turn into like some kind of sick freaking.
It'd be like
God. Oh, the Siberian film,
the
A Serbian film.
Yeah, Serbian film.
Who could forget a film like
but with more laughters, with more kicks.
Well, technically, yours could, if Joel Schumacher came back, he could probably turn yours into like a straight up this could, yeah. I mean, I could see Joel Schumacher like coming back after the failures of Batman and Robin and Batman Forever to come back and like do yours.
Wait, who's his?
Yeah, Kyle's.
Kyle's.
Because his definitely had this kind of weird
The thing is, like,
Schumacher
who-
kind of feel.
who
I
would-
think it's because they were strippers.
I
Honestly
see where this is
think-
going.
What actor would want to be a stripping Batman and stripping Catwoman?
Ben Affleck, he does Full Frontal and Gone Girl.
Wow.
But what about you? Can you imagine seeing yours as a
I can
movie?
imagine seeing mine, but I kind of want to see Kyle's.
I want to see how far.
If I want, if this is a legit Batman thing, I'll be like, oh yeah, I want to see mine or Brandon's. But now I just want to see Kyle's. I want to see all that live action stuff.
I want to see all of ours.
I want mine to be made into a live action thing so badly because I think it probably could be done with like 20.
Darren Aronofsky could do it. Yeah, actually, if you guys had a chance to make, if you guys could make any of your stories into like your own like home movie version of like of a Batman movie, which one would you want to like try to adapt yourselves?
Mine, of course.
Because I played trumpet, mine.
Mine only because they said theirs.